what's up? All right, I'll do the intro here. So, my name is Luke Skywalker. This is Jake Shamer, and today we have my little brother Carter Rodgers on here today. Carter, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I've been waiting for this all day.
What's going on, Carter?
As soon as I woke up, told my girlfriend, I was like, baby, you need to take our daughter because she's a menace and she's 6 months old. So right now her favorite thing is to stop whatever I'm doing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been good. It was a good day. How about you guys?
Good,
man. Yeah.
I got to turn down this track. I'm listening to Vice City Radio, dude.
Dude, turn your shit off, Luke. We're doing something right now. Oh my God. If that's not the epitome of who you are, man.
It's good background. Fucking, it's great. Dude. Yeah. But yeah, Carter, I told Jake, I said your reply when I said come in the meeting that you said yeet.
Yeet.
That's Jake's favorite saying, dude.
It's not my favorite saying. It's just what you think my favorite saying is.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeah.
That's funny, dude. It's always applicable.
What's the opposite of yeet? Do you know what the opposite of yeet is?
Yoink.
Yoink.
Yoink? Is it yoink?
Yeah. Think about it. So like when you yeet something, you throw it.
You're putting it out there.
Right.
Yeah.
You toss it.
Yoink is to.
But yoinking is taking. That's the only difference. They're both based on the same speed and precision, right? So yoink or yeet. It's the same thing. Right?
I feel like yeet means to suggest something with disregard for consequences, right? Like if you're just going for it, you're sending it, you're yeeting it. And if you're yoinking, it's yours now. Bam, it's mine.
I don't know. I've read pretty deeply into the Urban Dictionary definitions of yeet.
Okay.
I don't recall ever seeing that one on there.
Well, I've never heard anybody use it except for you two. So
that's because you're a loser.
Because I'm a fucking loser. Carter, I gotta tell you a story. So last night, before I ask you any questions on here, I went raiding with Connor.
Yep.
And I wiped him like 100 times.
I was watching the stream. I came in and I just heard you. It was like dead silent for 50 seconds. I was like checking my fucking audio to see if it was right. And I just heard your voice come up. You're like, so I ran to the right spot, right? And Connor was like, yeah. And then other people were like, did you move? You were like, no, I did everything right. And it went on for like 2 minutes. And then it was just like, dead silent. Connor was like quietly, he's like, all right, let's just try it again, boys.
Yeah,
dude, it just sounds so dead.
Luke, are you live streaming your gaming?
No, I should though. I'm going to. But my computer, I'm playing on a Mac. If I try to use OBS, if I use OBS in the background, it just cuts my frames down.
Yeah.
It's because Macs aren't built for gaming.
Well, yeah, for sure.
So.
For sure. I don't have supercomputers like you guys.
Gamers, dude.
I mean, okay. Carter, how much money have you dropped on your PC so far?
Actually none. This used to be my mom's, and I remember when I was like in 4th grade, my older sister and her newly wedded husband got me like a World of Warcraft game subscription, and I went to download it to play with them. And I was super hyped for it because I used to play on Luke's account when I was in kindergarten. So when Luke would go to school, I would play 6 so that I could stay home, and he would give me like 1 gold so that I could level his character all day. And I'd hop in like the audio server.
Slave labor.
Yeah.
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
I had him farming gold for me.
Yeah, a gold was not that much money. I made him like 15 gold, and he let me keep like 1.
Damn.
And I remember I was like 5 years old. I only knew how to press 1 button. And so he was like, all right, go kill these turtles. So for like 8 hours a day, like 1 or 2 days a week.
Sweatshop
labor.
Fuck, dude.
And I remember I got in the Ventrilo server, and everyone was talking. They were like, how much is he paying you for this? And I was like, he's paying me a gold. And he was like, everybody was like, what? Next time he got on, he's like, hey, what's up, guys? And everybody was like, Luke, fuck you, man. What's wrong with you? And he was
That's
like,
fucked
what?
up, dude.
What? So they ended up making him give me like 10, 20 gold.
Yeah.
That's beyond fucked up, dude.
Man, that was fun. It was fun times, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wait, so what are you playing on though? Like what are the specs you got going on over there?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not that big of a gamer. Like I degen it, grind like all the time, play all the time. I don't know anything about my computer though. I know it kind of is kind of sick for what it is. It works for every game I play, so it works. But
I thought you got like a nicer graphics card.
Yeah, I got one for Christmas. That's the thing that needed to be updated. When I got my World of Warcraft account, and then a couple years later when the new expansion came out, I had to update all my settings. And my parents, when I moved out with my girlfriend in May, my parents let me take the computer, which was really sweet. That was like their parting gift to me. Because they were like, dude, you're not going to fucking make it if you don't have a video game. And I was like,
what graphics card did you get?
Let's see. I can check it.
Because like I love building computers. I built mine that I have right now, and I basically bought everything that I needed that I have this whole setup. It's very RGB. I've put probably almost 3.2K into it.
Damn. Yeah, you can do anything in the world. That's a NASA computer, dude.
It's medium build. It's because the processor is only Ryzen 5, but I do have an RTX 2060 Super in it.
I'll read off. I have my diagnostic tool open. It says my processors an Intel Core i5-2400.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is? You know
it's basically the same as mine, only mine is AMD.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like good or whatnot, but I remember it still has like all our old family photos on it, and I have a million of my dad, and he looks goofy in every picture. So whenever my group chat's blowing up, I just send one of my dad.
I call that blackmail.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, I need $50.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Let me just post this to Twitter real quick. What's up?
Yeah, dude, I have to play every game that I play on my computer. I have to play on graphics level 1.
That must suck, bro. I play Call of Duty on ultra settings.
I know. I wish I could.
Luke plays chess, and it struggles with it.
I play pinball, dude.
Pinball, yeah.
No, I'm gonna make a PvP video soon though. One of those montages with like some epic music, just slaying people. I watched one yesterday of this other guy who plays a monk. And dude, it looked like he's playing a different fucking game.
Was it like current or was it an older video?
No, it's current. But he has like his ultra settings, like supercomputer, NASA computer, and he's like he's playing from the Pentagon, and like you can see
underground bunker.
Yeah, he's streaming from Trump's bunker. And on mine, like I play on settings 1 so my computer doesn't explode. So I can only see like this far in front of my face when I'm playing. But on
the render distance.
Yeah, he can see all the way across the map, and I'm just like, dude, it's just not fair.
Here's what's fucked up, though. I can play Call of Duty on max settings, but like I go to play Minecraft, and my shit starts lagging, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, Minecraft's a real deal. Minecraft is not to be fucked with. That will cause smoke to just steam up.
Only if you mod the fuck out of it. Like mine is vanilla, right? Like I haven't done anything to it.
Dude, that game holds up.
It does. Yeah. Me and a bunch of friends set up a server that we could all play on while we're in quarantine. Keep us fucking sane, dude.
Oh man, that's dope. Yeah, I remember I used to. I can actually probably still do it. My friends from like 5th grade, the church twins, Zach and Alex. Like, I went over to their house once, and their mom had just bought them a Minecraft account. My parents would not buy me a Minecraft account, and I was like, all right, that's cool. And so when I went over there, they were logged in, and when nobody was looking, I logged out, and I was like, oh, log me out, what happened? And I knew they were both busy. They're like doing some skateboard stuff, and they were like, oh, here's the login and password, and I was like, sick. And I fucking like
fucking put that shit in your pocket, bro.
I wrote it on my hand. I wrote it on my hand, and when I went home, I just would log in all the time. And when I would log in, I would be like in the middle of like it would obviously be they'd be in the game, and I would get messages like, "Oh, hey, you're back. You want to keep going?" And I'd be like, yeah.
You just
That's
impersonating
filthy.
him.
Yeah. And their name on the game was Zach and Alex, spelled out.
That's basically the old school equivalent of like pirating a game via torrent.
Yeah.
You remember those videos the ads would play like you wouldn't steal a car?
Yeah. You wouldn't steal a house.
Yeah.
Let me just plug my USB stick into the outlet and download your house and then copy it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I'm gonna make some PvP videos soon. I'll send them to you guys. Well, Jake, he doesn't care.
I don't
want
to see your bullshit.
He doesn't understand.
I don't care.
I'll watch him. I want to see him.
I want to see epic sniper and RPG shots. Fucking Call of Duty montage. That's what I want.
Do you play Valorant?
I don't have Valorant. I don't trust the Vanguard system they have.
It's all right. A lot of people say they don't trust it, but I think it's all right.
As a person who like is studying computer science and like network security, like I don't know if I want your extra third-party app on my fucking computer.
I get that.
You know?
Yeah, I totally get that. I
don't even know what that is. What is it?
Vanguard is an anti-cheating software. So like what it does is it always runs in the background of like your computer, and it has access to like everything. And if it thinks you're cheating while you're playing the game, it'll ban you.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be in my fucking system all the time. And like I don't feel comfortable.
For you to even be able to play the game, Vanguard, the anti-cheat system, has to be like as you load up your computer, it has to load up with your PC.
Yeah, it starts on boot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's it made by?
Is it third party?
I thought it was.
I thought it was Riot's because they call it. I can look at it right now. It says Riot Vanguard.
It is Riot's. Yeah.
I've heard it gets access to like a lot of your information because it's constantly scanning it. So if it's breached, like every single part of your information can be immediately downloaded.
Yeah. So it says continuously. Vanguard is a kernel mode driver that runs when your PC boots up, and it's a client that checks to make sure you aren't running any cheats while playing Valorant. Kernel mode means it's at the base level, which gives it like access to like everything, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I probably wouldn't download it.
I just don't feel comfortable with I don't feel comfortable playing a game where the company doesn't trust a majority of its users to play it without cheating.
Dude, it's not even hard to get past either. There's so many people who are caught out like obviously cheating all the time. It's not even good at what it does. Yeah. But I really, really like the game, and I'm just a boy, so it's gonna be played.
Plus, it's not like it's not like you're spending your time doing a whole lot of fucking anything else these days.
I'm not like on the Colombian deep web. Like I'm good.
Bro, I've gone to the dark web before and I found some weird shit, dude. Like
is it the real dark web or is it like
yeah, you just use Tor. So so here's the thing. The dark web isn't it's not like this fucking secret place like that nobody knows how to get to. Anybody can get on the dark web. All you do is you download Tor, and because the dark web is only things that Google won't take you to, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there are specific addresses that aren't addressed by Google's IP table or whatever the fuck. And you can't access them because the URL doesn't resolve to a namespace. So you have to use Tor, which is an Onion browser, which uses Onion routing to get to those addresses. And I went on there and I was literally just fucking around because I just figured out how to do it. And I was like, okay, let's see what's on here. So I went to this like random chat room. Because if you look up on Google, you'll look up like common Onion websites that you can visit on the dark web if you don't know the specific Onion address. And I found a chat room. I went there and like the first thing I see is this dude asking for like a kiddie porn website. And I was like, holy fuck, bro. Like, holy shit.
That's what I looked at it, like a video on how to do it, and then I read the comments first to see like what they thought of it. It was just a YouTube video. It's like a tutorial with like the shitty like royalty-free background music, you know.
Yeah.
And the first comment was like, "Dude, you're gonna get red flagged as soon as you go on this, even
You
if
do.
you're not
So
doing
here's the
anything
thing.
wrong."
Your ISP reports to the government everything about where you go on the internet. This is not a joke. This is not a fucking joke.
Yeah.
My fucking network security teacher is telling us this right now. Like, everybody knows where you've been on the internet. Like, fucking incognito doesn't help. A VPN doesn't fucking help, because your shit is like there's other software and stuff that can access your device and like log data from your device before it connects to the VPN, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, VPNs open up more accessible backdoors to your system than they prevent. So, but like because the government knows everything about what you're doing on the internet, the minute your IP address is associated with Tor, you're fucking red flagged instantly.
Yeah.
And even if you don't go anywhere that's bad using the Tor browser, they're still going to be like, okay, but then why is he using Tor? Like, what if you're not doing anything bad? Why do you feel the need to use this? So they'll continue to watch you.
Yeah, of course. Plus, I mean, people think you have like anonymity on the internet, but you don't. I mean, you can track. Think about like what people can do, and then think about like what the Pentagon can do. Think about what the CIA can do.
What we're limited by is what companies will give us. Like, what do we use to look for shit? We use Google. If the dark web, where they don't want you going, is just whatever Google or large, companies won't show you, you're not really having access to free like information wherever you go.
Yeah.
It's just what they'll show you. So yeah, it's.
Hey, did you guys see the thing with Anonymous? Like, I haven't really looked into it too much, but like the leak. Well,
Trump's nudes. Have you seen Trump's nudes?
I did. Yeah, I don't know if Jake saw them yet.
I don't want to see Trump's nudes.
Oh, dude, it's great. It's so good.
When he pees, his balls get wet first. It's so bad. He's like getting a spray tan, and you can just see the hand, and you can tell whoever's holding it is leaning as far away from his body as possible.
Dude, that's gross. That's so nasty.
Yeah. It's so good.
I mean, here's the thing. It's totally possible to do all of the things that Anonymous is claiming they're doing. Like, if you've ever watched Mr. Robot, have you seen that show?
No.
Go watch Mr. Robot, because everything they do in that show is technologically accurate. The way that they hack people is totally possible. I've heard, though. It's 100% possible.
My buddy likes it a lot.
Yeah. Our teacher from our networking class said, if you want an accurate show that accurately depicts what hacking looks like, because like you watch like CSI or fucking like NCIS, and they're like, "Oh man, we're getting hacked, do a fucking blah blah blah," and you see like this big like world thing, and it's like, nah, dude.
What the girl, like the goth? It's always a goth chick.
Yeah,
with like really loud like house music or whatever going in the background.
Yeah,
sounds like the Matrix theme song.
Hey man, hey, whoa,
lasers and shit.
I like house music. All right.
Yeah, so do I. But it's just
it's a meme.
It is a meme. It's like you can describe like exactly what the CSI formula is. You know what I mean? It's like you have what's his name? What's the main guy? I forget his name. It's like the same episode.
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
No, that's NCIS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Same shit, dude.
Same shit.
It's all the same. Yeah. You got the goth hacker chick. You got the main guy who's like some old, like 55-year-old, like ex something.
He has trouble with expressing his emotions.
Yeah, dude.
Typical characters for a typical TV show, but it works. I mean, people love that shit.
It's the familiarity aspect. It's like in like mainstream music, there's called like the millennial whoop or whatever it is.
The what?
What's that?
I'll look it up. It's like the same 4 notes that go back and forth, and it's in something crazy like 75% of top 100 songs within the last decade or two. And it's just
for sure.
A really little
I got it right here.
Yeah, most pop.
The millennial whoop is a melodic pattern alternating between the 5th and 3rd notes in a major scale, typically starting on the 5th in the rhythm of straight 8th notes and often using the wah and o syllables.
Yeah, like in California Girls, it goes, whoa.
Oh,
That's in
Gotcha.
so many songs.
Dude, it's pretty
It's
much
just
every
because
song
it's
here.
really
I'll show you. I wish
Drop
I
a
could
beat,
play it.
Luke.
I can't play it
Why?
while I'm doing this on Zoom
Oh.
because it just doesn't work, dude. But look, this is how it works. C, right? E, and then G. So
Yeah.
those are like the main 3 chords. If you learn those chords, that's the 1, the 3, and the 5. And
Mhm.
almost every pop song, like if you ever want to learn a song on piano or guitar, you basically learn those 3, sometimes 4 chords, and you can just cycle through them, and you can play like 1,000 songs if you
Dude.
just learn those 3 chords.
Have you guys known about the fact that casinos and slot machines play primarily C, E, and G notes because they trigger the happiest responses in the brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, my
Yeah.
buddy
Fucking
lives in
wild.
Vegas. He says everything there seems like really flashy, but it's all 100% like science and percentages.
Oh yeah, this is
Everything
like
there
they
is-
don't put clocks inside of casinos because they want you
Mhm.
to spend your entire life there.
Yeah, they don't want you not like.
You know what's really interesting? If you guys go on YouTube and type in cinematic music or like the difference that music makes in a film.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's awesome, dude. There's one where it shows like the Pirates of the Caribbean, and they
Mhm.
play like first they play the scene with like the dun 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 dun, like the organs
Yeah.
and
And then they
the
add
orchestra.
different types of music to the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, then the next one they play some really like sad and like you think he's like about to die or something.
Yeah, it completely changes the tone.
Yeah, it's like those recut videos. Have you seen the trailer recuts?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one of
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, the Willy
What?
Wonka one. The Mrs.
Yeah.
Doubtfire one's so good. It's like a horror movie.
Yes.
It's like
To be
Mike,
honest,
he's
Yeah.
more like Mike Myers in a persona than he is like, oh hello. Like
oh shit.
it's good.
Like it's so sociopathic, like I'm gonna kill you because I fucking like and I have alter egos and shit. Yeah.
You know when
Yeah.
he
Type
drops
in
his,
Mrs. Doubtfire recut, and they recut the trailer like it's a murder thriller movie instead of like a family movie. It's so good.
this is the best part. When
I
he
found
like
it.
has his mask that he's making and it falls out the window.
Oh
It,
yeah.
it like does the screen flash, where it's totally dark and it just lights up the like villain's face as he's looking out of the window. He's like with the mask on. It's so good.
Yikes.
Yeah, because they make him like a villain. Because first in the beginning of the trailer, they take his kids away, which is what happens in the movie, right? They take his kids, and then he's like, "No one takes my kids away." And then he starts dressing up like this woman and putting on this fake mask, and it just makes it like he's some psycho dad, like coming for revenge.
That's sketchy, bro. That's
Yeah.
sketchy.
It's
I don't
funny
know,
as hell,
bro,
though.
but like let me tell you this. I don't know if there's ever been a movie that had a soundtrack that moved me as much as Interstellar, bro.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Dude,
Interstellar's the shit, dude. Hans Zimmer, the guy who
he's
composed
a
it,
fucking amazing composer.
he's my
dude.
favorite composer of all time, dude.
I can't like I can listen to Interstellar when I'm working out, when I'm walking around Seattle at night, when I'm fucking sitting alone in my apartment doing absolutely I could just be sitting there like this and fucking it would give me goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
No joke.
That's kind of what I'm like moving towards for my school. Since you guys know I'm going to school for
Mhm.
music, I'm moving more towards like cinematic stuff because I want to work either for like a movie studio, like
You could do a game studio, bro.
Legendary, or a game studio. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good money. That's big money right there, dog. Think
Yeah,
about
it'd be
this.
Awesome.
Martin O'Donnell, the guy who wrote the tracks for Halo, dog,
Oh,
he's rolling in it.
The intro.
Yeah,
That
all
famous
of it.
intro?
He wrote all of it, bro. He wrote every track for Halo.
That's
Really?
insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
before I started making like hip hop music and stuff like that, one of the like key ways that I learned how to use like FL Studio, my buddy was making a like choose your adventure style video game for his class at Lake Washington Tech, and it was about like a witch's coven in the woods who
Mhm.
like abducted a princess, like really classic shit. And I made him like a video game soundtrack for it, and that was the most fun I've ever had making it because I feel like making
Yeah.
normal music, like you're locked into a feeling the entire time. Like you can go through a journey, you can tell a story. That's usually like lyrics. Making like a video game or a movie soundtrack, it like you can really tell the full story and have a lot different progression. You have a lot more control.
I feel like
Dude,
music is just like.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you guys seen Masterclass?
I haven't had a chance to dive into any of those because my time is fucking all over the place lately.
Well, I have it. I bought all of them. So
all of the master classes.
I want to see them. Yeah.
You buy the one from Armin van Buren?
Got it. I already watched it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a all access pass for 1 year. So yeah, Hans Zimmer is actually the next one that I'm gonna watch. It was cheap too. It was like $90 for all year, all access to all of them.
Wow.
He was like the most advertised one because he's just huge. Like that.
I don't know, man. I see every time I watch a YouTube video, Armin van Buren's masterclass pops up as an ad.
That's because you're watching house music and dance music stuff on YouTube. It'll target you.
Yeah, totally.
I like being targeted. Actually, I'm like, hey, I am interested in this.
I mean,
here's noticing.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's funny. Like the problem with targeting is that like it's not like it's like invasive, but it is annoying because like when I bought my scooter, like I still get ads for scooters. Like it's like, nah, man, I already got one. I'm good. Like I don't need another one.
What I hate is when I'm doing something, like I'll find a new game I like or something, and I'll start looking up like guides for it, how to get better. And then I'll see a suggested video that's always like top 10 reasons your game is shit and the character you play is the worst in the game. It's just so defeating because I know I have to watch it. And next time I play the game, I'm like, yeah, you know what? That voice line is that's bigotry right there. Fuck these guys. It's always something to just bring the parade down. But
I just like, I don't know, man. Like if I'm playing a game, I don't play it because I want to overanalyze. Like, man, I see people watch movies and like they fucking, what was it? People were overanalyzing Star Wars: The Last Jedi, the episode 8, as being like feminist and like fucking PC and like super left wing. And I'm like, dude, just watch the fucking movie and either like it or don't. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. People get really like deep into it. Like sometimes I will, but I think it's just like a different type of personality, you know?
I just couldn't analyze. I couldn't understand. Like if some of the things that they mention as being like feminist, I would have never picked up on that. Right? Like I would have never noticed these little quirky things throughout the movie that makes them feel like this is the way it is, right? The way they're analyzing it. Like I just see it as literally a movie. Like it's just a movie. Yeah. It's just a simple story to me. And I either like it or I don't.
The way we consume entertainment is like really different because it does have an impact. It is influential, but I've been talking to my therapist a lot about like a fly on the wall. It's like an Eastern religion, like primarily like a Buddhist concept of just not having an input on everything. You don't need to be hyper reactive. And that's one of the things. Like I just got out of the mental hospital in March. And the day before the stay-at-home order was in place, I was coming home. And so I came home to like having to essentially be in a box, and like I'm on medication for bipolar and like anxiety, depression. So managing my mental health with a 6-month-old and like not being able to work, like finding government assistance, it was really overwhelming. And one of the things that helped me was when I consume entertainment, video game, movie, music, trying to have less of an opinion or an input.
Yeah.
And staying grounded, like breathing, feeling like physical senses. And I feel like a lot of people have confirmation bias. They're trying to fulfill their own narrative, and that's fine because they're trying to spread a message. But I feel like that when times are changing and we have this huge civil rights movement and it's so progressive, people are demanding that everybody has a voice and opinion on everything. And so it's almost expected of you to always choose a side. And that gets so exhausting because you can't please everybody. And eventually you're going to offend somebody, and you're with cancel culture. It just got too much, I just deleted all my social media like last week because
that's fucking heavy, dude. That's a hard thing to do in these days.
It's and then I deleted it, and the next day like riots broke out in every city. And so like I want to stay informed and I want to have an opinion, but I mean, as a white dude that grew up in Bellevue, I feel like I don't even know how to have a valid opinion on it. Like I want to be an ally and advocate for positive change, but like I feel like I'm gonna step on toes, like no matter what I do. So it's
Here's the truth. You are.
yeah.
You totally are going to step on somebody's toes no matter what you do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've come to realize that me as a person, like, I have my own opinions, and out of 7.5 billion people on this planet, there's somebody out there that's not going to fucking agree with me.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool, you know, because like I still have my safe space where I can be and have that opinion and not worry about retaliation because
Mhm.
I've learned how to give that opinion without being violent or angry, right?
Yeah.
Like me
Yeah,
and my
but the
mom, we don't agree at all about Trump or about like the way that these protests are being handled, but I still fucking love my mom, right? Like we argue on Facebook and then I'll call her and be like, "Hey mom, what's up? Like what are you
Yeah.
up to?" Like it doesn't matter, like cuz we're regardless of the fact that we don't agree doesn't mean I hate you.
Yeah. That's the problem. I mean, a lot of people have opinions, but you can't, if you're not able to listen to other people's conflicting opinions and remain calm and just be like, okay, well, let's just agree to disagree. The problem is that although some of us can have our opinions and stay safe and have our safe place, there's a lot of people that are out there that don't have that are getting fucked up over and over and over again. That's what pisses me off. It's like, maybe staying in my safe place is not the best move. Maybe I need to venture out and say something to support this movement, because I agree with Carter. I have that same fly on the wall mindset just from studying Buddhism, right? Just the detachment. I'm really detached. Like, a lot of things can happen. I mean, you have to be after fucking.
I mean, you talk a lot about stoicism, dude. That's probably part of it too.
Yeah, you have to be. There's a good book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I've seen that book. Yeah.
That's a good book. But even before that, like, you can learn how to detach. Like, if you get so, for me, if I get way too far into my ego and say, I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm this, I'm a 29-year-old white male, I live in this place. It's like identifying so much with this, like, this character that I'm playing here. But above all that, we're so much more than that, in a sense, from our spiritual perspective. It's so easy to go out here and just, that's why consumerism is so rampant, because like you go out and like you're looking at all these signs and this targeting marketing. They're like, do you want this? Do you want this? And it just keeps you wrapped up in your ego all day long. I need to work to make money to pay bills. Your head's always down, just hitting the next thing. And that's like, I'm not going to say that these big businesses are like sucking the life out of us, but in a certain sense they are. It's not necessarily coming from a bad, like, new world order conspiracy theory, like they all get together and like, oh, how can we fuck the common man?
It's just dudes doing it for themselves. Dude,
yeah. I feel that. And the thing that I've thought about a lot is that these companies own us, dude. Without us ever buying a product from Amazon, like, let's say, Luke, you never bought anything from Amazon ever, right?
I'd be depressed.
Well, they would still own you, right? Like Safeway. Let's say you've never been to a Safeway, right? They still own you, because let's say you're on a road trip somewhere and you have to stop and get something to eat or else you're going to die. And the only place nearby is a motherfucking Safeway. Guess what?
Yeah.
They own you at that point.
That's cool though. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for those.
But what about people that can't afford the basic human right, which is fucking to eat and to survive, right? Like, there are people out there that can't afford that.
Yeah.
And like, what are we supposed to do when we tell somebody, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give you any food because you don't have enough money? Like, how fucked up is that? Like, really?
Yeah.
I think
I'm looking at this link. I'm trying to.
I sent you guys this link. I found this like 2 weeks ago. It's wealth shown to scale, because it's trying to put in the perspective that you really cannot comprehend how much these people make.
Yeah.
So it'll show you like a pixel of like the initial wealth, I think, of $1,000, and it has you scroll. So you could literally sit here and like the wealth.
I'm just scrolling.
The wealth of the top 400, like if you look at the bottom of where it has your scroll bar to see how far you've gone, it doesn't move for like 5 minutes. It doesn't even get through like 5% of this entire wealth. And that's just a Jeff Bezos. That's 139 billion. And then
Yeah.
once you're at the end of his wealth, which is like
Holy
literally
fuck,
a
dude.
20th of the way through, it says every pixel you scroll on this wealth of Jeff Bezos is $5 million. And when you get to the end of him, it shows you the wealth of the top 400 people in the US alone. And the top 400 richest Americans equals $2.96 trillion. So it starts to say, like,
Yeah.
what could you do with 3% of the money? 3% of the money, you could take every single individual, any age, literally every person in the US, and test them for COVID-19. And those top 400 would get that money back like tenfold within like a week, a month, you know?
Here's what fucks me up. You want to know what fucks me up at night?
Yeah.
So I just Googled how many years is a trillion seconds. And before I give you that answer, I want to give you seconds. So a million seconds is 0.031 count of a calendar year, right? So that's a third of a calendar year. How many years is a billion seconds? 31.
Yeah.
How many years is a trillion seconds? 31,709.
Yeah, you can't even fathom it.
It's crazy, dude.
The only thing is, like, when I think about things like this and I see the wealth, like just the difference between, you know, the top billionaires that are out there and just the common man, like I can't hate on billionaires. Like, I think it's crazy that they have that amount of money, but I don't think that getting mad at them if they earned it in a way that, like Jeff Bezos, right? He created Amazon, and now he gets paid by the amount of value that he brings to the market. Think about all the things you've ordered on Amazon. Think about how fast it comes, how happy you are when you get it, just the amount of value that it brings. And then he got rich for making this awesome company that sells everything at the drop of a hat every time you need it, 2 hours shipping, like just crazy shit, like super convenient. And now people are like
Fuck Jeff
demonizing
Bezos.
him, and they're like, fuck him, fuck Bill Gates. Like they think that Bill Gates, like, he's just a nerd, man. Like, they
He's
think
actually
he's taking
given
over the
so
world.
much back for fucking everything that he's earned. He's given a lot of money back,
He
dude.
has.
Yeah. I feel like people will play like being selfish and you have to do what's right for yourself. But when you become that powerful, like nobody becomes president of the United States purely for themselves is what you want to think. But you think once you get to having this level of wealth, and money is power to a large extent, because influence is power.
Yeah.
Everybody has this ingrained notion that you have to give back. You know, obviously, if you got that much money, it's probably from all of us, so you should be giving it back. So, yeah, it's like a weird sense of entitlement. And with that whole thing, yeah, I've seen all over Twitter, like all billionaires are corrupt. Every one of them is evil and deserves to die. And I was like, I don't know enough about it. You know, I don't know enough to have an opinion. But it is a weird thought.
I was reading about the CEO of Activision Blizzard,
Oh,
and
fuck him.
they were saying, like,
Ruined it.
I was taking a deuce the other day reading this long article. Oh, sorry, Jake. I was in the bathroom reading this story, and they're like, this guy makes way too much money, blah blah blah, and then they show, like, from the time he came in 1991, when the company was worth like 10 million, and then to where it's at now, like the amount that the company has grown over and over and over again, the amount of money that they've made and employees and jobs that they've created. And then now people are looking at him and they're like, he makes way too much money. You know, it's just, I don't think that's going to change much. You know?
It came from they let everybody listen into the investors like earnings call, like Q4 reports right before Classic WoW was launched. I think I'm getting that right. I'm probably have my timeline all off, but you could suggest live questions. Like they had people call in and they obviously filtered them. And there was like a poll online that was like 99% of the average person who subscribed to Blizzard Games was asking about like Classic WoW, updates to the game, stuff like that. And the earnings call investors obviously not one question was about the content itself. It was, what are you going to do with like sourcing out the product? How are you going to make more money?
So here's the thing. How much
People
do you
obviously
pay monthly to play WoW?
My best friend's family works at Blizzard, so I actually got a year for free.
Okay,
So
Luke, how much do you pay monthly to play?
I actually work for the Central Intelligence Agency.
Shut the fuck up and tell me how much you pay a month.
It's like $14, 14 or $15.
Okay. How many people do you think play WoW? Actually, let's go. Let's do the math on this. How many?
Not Carter. Carter actually a month ago convinced me to come back and play, and then he abandoned me.
Okay, so
as soon as I started
that was
playing.
going to come up.
Classic WoW
We'll
server populations in 2020. So we're looking at
active players are. There's a lot though. I'm gonna say 15 million.
Okay, so
15. Wrath of the Lich King, like 2009 at its peak, it was like 18 million, and it's gone down and down and down and down.
So just the U.S. server populations alone add up to probably 100,000 or more. I can't do all this math at once. So
yeah, those are active players. So I think the way they view active players is active within the last week or two.
Right. But here's the thing I'm trying to get at. So what I'm trying to get at is like, do you think it costs them $14 a month to run a server?
No.
With the amount of money they have in the bank and so you have to factor in like, okay, the servers, the electricity to run the servers, the air conditioning to keep the servers cool, the rent that they need for the building that they keep the servers in, the money they pay the employees to make sure that the servers are up and running at all times. Those kinds of things are factors. Now, I guarantee you, if you added all those up into a total, that number would be substantially less than the total of revenue made from the $14 a month that every single person plays to play a month.
Yeah, but it's more than $14 a month because there's a lot more ways you can spend money besides just the monthly subscription.
Loot boxes, right?
No, you can buy all sorts of things. Like me personally, I changed my race. Like in the beginning I was playing this undead character, which is like a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
He's like half dead, like all decrepit. And I decided to switch to an orc, which is like different mechanics, like he moves different. And I wanted to change my name. First, my name was Master Whispers, and then I changed it to Goon Baggins. And so like there's little things. Dude. There's if you get killed by a guy named Goon Baggins,
yeah.
That's my favorite thing. I love killing people and then either teabagging them, the classic Halo style, or just running.
Put Goon Baggins nutsack in your mouth.
Yeah, dude, drop it. Just the slow dip.
It's great.
How you do it?
It's the best gamer tag ever. But yeah, you can change your name. You can buy mounts, like different mounts to ride. There's all sorts of things. You can buy gold. I don't think the gold that you buy is from you can buy WoW tokens. That's what it is, and sell it for gold.
Yeah, and loot boxes in Overwatch, which is made by Blizzard as well. I think we're like their top performing like sales because.
Dude, it's such a fucking scam, dude, and it gets people into gambling.
It actually is. I think EU almost like banned loot boxes from all games, like CS:GO, Overwatch, stuff like that, because it's a gamble. And so young kids would like ask their parents for money, not knowing, and technically they're underage, and they're the sole owner of the account. Mm-hmm. Or even if it's in their parents' name, they're the one who's technically clicking on the transaction.
Right, and
I'll pay $1.99 and get a chance at winning something.
Yeah, and then here's the thing: is you can resell that shit. So like CS:GO, you can resell your items that you get from loot boxes, and then use that money to buy more. right? So it's just a constant cycle. And the other thing is, if you create an account on CS:GO, the only part where you ever have to say that I'm over 18 is on the install page, like the download page on Steam.
Yeah, you just have to click it.
After that, it doesn't matter to them how old you are. They never do an age check to see if you're old enough to gamble. There's none of that. There's none of those precautions set into place to try and keep our gaming community safe and healthy.
Yeah, but another thing with just thinking about like the way that these companies make money, one of them is pre-releases for certain things too.
Oh, a pre-order, yeah.
Yeah, pre-order. Like every 2 years, pretty much, Warcraft has come out with a new expansion, and you have to buy the expansion to play. And that's like a big rallying cry for all the people who might not be active. They come back to play the new expansion.
They just gotta get one more hit.
Like let's say you missed 2 expansions in a row, and you want to play the next one in line. Do you have to buy those 2 previous expansions, or can you skip those and then just get the third one?
See, that's exactly what I did. So I used to play WoW back in the day, like early high school. And I played the vanilla version. You could go up to
when you were slaving out your little brother.
Yeah, and then I quit because football had started, and I didn't have time. And
buff, so he was just reeling it in.
Yeah, I didn't have money, I think, to renew my account either. So I let it lapse for like a month, and then once I was away doing stuff in the real world, then I kind of forgot. Like I was like, yeah, I kind of reached the top. Like I don't really want to play anymore. And I didn't play until pretty much now. Like I played a little bit a couple years ago, but I haven't played any of these expansions. So now, like if you go, they have a way of like taking you through the game. If you start at level 1, you go through each expansion area to kind of catch you up on what's going on until you get to the current time. It's kind of a weird system, but it's cool.
I've noticed that a lot of games these days are messing with like experimental ways of doing like replayability. Like back in the day, a game used to be good enough if it was like replayable because you just loved it so much, right? Like you could just play through the campaign over and over again, even though you already knew what was going to happen. You know, you just wanted to play it again. Like Chrono Trigger is one of those games. Like I could play that game over and over and over, and I know exactly how it's going to end. I know exactly how to beat all the bosses, but like the music and the animation style and like everything is just good enough. Like,
okay, so what do you think, Jake? Favorite music soundtrack of any game ever? Go. And then Carter, you got to tell us yours too, and I'll tell you mine.
To be honest, I'd have to say Chrono Trigger, man. Chrono Trigger is amazing.
All right. Carter?
Honestly, classic World of Warcraft there, and Smash Bros. Melee, which Jacob, I was going to ask you. I saw your GameCube in the back. I've played Melee competitively since 8th grade. So
yeah, Carter's super good. He's almost as good as me.
Yeah, sure.
Just kidding.
He's like the real life goon baggins, dude. But yeah, probably those two.
Okay.
Right on. Mine, Nintendo 64, the original Ocarina of Time, dude.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I would put Majora's Mask above Ocarina of Time for me because the Song of Healing always hit me hard.
Yeah.
I tried to, when I was learning ukulele, I really tried to learn the Fairy Fountain song. Finger pick. Mm-hmm. And it's so fucking complex, but it's one of those songs that if you get it down, like it sounds incredible on any.
Dude, I wish I could play. I would play some of the Song of Storms, Song of Time. I know all those songs now on my piano. I wish I could play it for you, but yeah. Anyways, so Carter, what else are you doing during this old quarantine that's trying to keep you sane, man?
Honestly, I play a lot of video games. Dante, my best friend, bar none, moved to Vegas last year. And his internet was really bad up until a month ago, so we couldn't even play Melee together, which was our thing.
How do you play Melee over internet connection?
Well, there's one main website that's like a chat room / like matching ladder, and it's called Anthers Ladder.
Uh-huh.
And that's like the most common version.
So, but
you just download the ISO, which is pretty much the
okay. So
game
you're
file,
emulating.
and then you use an emulator to
Okay.
upload it. So there's like a little bit of input delay, so it's kind of bullshit. But since quarantine's come on, like all tournaments have gone online, and for a lot of people that's a lot better because nobody takes it seriously, or at least they shouldn't, in my opinion, because it's not really competitive. There's a buffer, you can miss inputs, it can lag. That's not true like console gaming like LAN.
Yeah.
But yeah, I play a lot of Valorant with Dante, stuff like that. Honestly, hang out at home. My kiddo keeps me really busy. I watch like fucked up documentaries with my girlfriend. We watch like Drugs Inc. for a long time, and when the Seattle episode came on, we watched it like 3 times so we could see if like anybody we knew was in the background. And then stuff like that. Lots of Hoarders. So,
cool.
Yeah. How about you,
Jake?
Oh, me. I'm still going to college and stuff, man. So everything's been moved online. So like, classes are all Zoom, which kind of sucks because I'd rather be there in person with a teacher when I'm taking a math class. Because I'd like to be able to be like, hey, man, I don't get what this is all about. Can you like walk me through it a couple of times? Because like once the Zoom class is over, like unless you want to stick around and like, fuck, man, it's so hard to not want to look at memes while you're sitting there and blow your brains out listening to some teacher who's never taught a math class, by the way, teach a math class because they needed extra teachers for the online infrastructure. But I'm also doing my tutoring work online. So data analysis kind of stuff, teaching students like Excel, spreadsheets. It's good to have a job during the middle of all this crazy shit going on. But other than that, I've just been streaming on Twitch and playing Call of Duty with my clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
What about you, Luke?
I've been playing a lot of WoW. Not gonna lie.
Every time I knock on your door, you're either jerking off or playing WoW.
That's my life. Or playing the piano or working on my DJ stuff. Actually, I set up my new stuff so I can do all 3 at the same time. And then
ooh.
Yeah,
you need to get
cool.
a sample pad, bro.
I got one, right?
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That looks like a ghetto ass sample pad, but whatever.
It's an Akai MPD. What are you talking about, dude? I bought it at a pawn shop for $40.
Okay.
It's the deal of the century.
Listen, if I'm gonna go to a pawn shop and get anything, I'm gonna get CDJs, dog.
CDs.
No, it's too old, dude.
Dude, everything in the clubs these days is CDJs, and if you don't know how to use CDJs, you're not gonna get a spot.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the new stuff, it is. If you go into a club, they have CDJs. Usually, you'll bring your own little USB stick.
Mm-hmm.
You have one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
What I've been looking at recently, though, is like the actual. I don't even know what they're called, but they're turntables without the vinyls on there. They have like stock 2 vinyls that will play a digital song, so you still are playing digitally. But it has 2 turntables that are just – I don't really know how to explain it. It's like – I'll show you. His name's DJ Puffy. Look up DJ Puffy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's fucking insane, dude. I don't know where he's from. He did the Red Bull DJ championships, and I think he's from like the Bahamas or Florida, somewhere tropical.
He's Barbadian.
Like that. Barbados. Yeah, that's where he's from. Dude, he's the best DJ I've ever seen. He's insane. I wish I could like screen share. Yeah, well, you say tomatoes, I say fuck you. Yeah, he's super good. But I've just been doing that. I'm kind of excited. I've been going to work. So I've been working 2 days a week at the golf course. It's crazy, dude. Like there's so many people there because it's one of the only things open.
Yeah.
And it's just
Do they have putt-putt?
Not yet.
Oh, man.
They're opening that, I think, this upcoming week.
Really?
So, yeah. Yeah.
You know how much that costs? Because I want to go down there.
It's cheap, man. I think it's like $9 or something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy, man.
Sounds like a good little getaway for the day.
Dude, working at a golf course is awesome because it's nice weather. It's outside. I have a job like where I keep to myself. Like I go in, I have a checklist of stuff to do. I put in my headphones. I listen to either the Joe Rogan podcast or some like deep spiritual music or something, and then nobody bothers me.
Lower your heart rate to 20 and just coast.
Yeah, it's great, dude. But now there's so many people and like
autopilot.
There's this machine that we have that we like feed these balls through that like shoots them up this tube. Like, you know, when you go to the bank and you put your you put your thing in like, and it shoots it up to the teller.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. And like, it shoots these balls up so people can go fill up their buckets so I can hit them at the driving range. And the last time I was at work, the thing broke like 4 times during the shift. And like, I'm the hose broke and I grabbed it and it's like shooting off balls like this. I'm trying to hit like the off switch, and I'm just like the Terminator, like shooting out balls, like trying to hit the emergency. It was crazy, dude. I was so pissed. I was so ready to leave because it happened 3 times.
Oh no!
And then I was just like, dude, I was sitting there just in a pile of balls like this high in the shed. I was just so fucking. I was like, I'm out of here, dude. I'm about to leave this place.
Oh no! Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been able to work. I opened a tile and grout company in September, and it's all residential. It's all in people's homes. I wasn't able to work.
That's good money though, right? Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I didn't manage it well at all. I fucked up all the bookkeeping side of it. Like once my daughter was born, me like going to work and doing physical labor on like, because my daughter had problems sleeping, so she would like sleep kind of during the day, kind of, and then at like midnight, 1 a.m., she was up, and she wouldn't go to bed until 7 or 8 a.m. most nights. And so to let my girlfriend sleep, because she had just given birth, she's like recovering. My daughter's like 3 weeks old, a month old. I would like drive around, so I get like an energy drink at like 2 a.m. from a gas station, and I'd go to the Safeway near me because it was the only 24-hour place that was open. And I would just like walk around the grocery store and talk to myself like, oh, cereal boxes, Amelia. You like those?
Dude.
People thought I was crazy. Like,
did the workers ever get fucking annoyed with you and shit?
Dude, I was in there every fucking night. I became the regular. I must have looked like the worst dad ever because I was just a zombie walking around. And like some nights, I'm gonna be honest, I'd get there and I would just start crying as I was pushing my cart because I was like, I don't know if I can fucking do this.
Damn,
and so I'd like walk by and it'd be like a guy my age with like his girlfriend grabbing booze for a party. He'd be like, hey, dude. And I'd be like, hey. And my daughter is like literally like 3 weeks old. So she's just like a lump that yells. And she was cute, but yeah, it was rough, man. So I haven't been able to work. It's all residential.
How are you supporting yourself?
We got like food stamps and rental assistance, which is really, really helpful. So we don't have like anything excessive. I get energy drinks sometimes, and that's like my treat. Like a caffeine boost, but we're trying to coast by.
Same for me. I just get an energy drink and I get home and I'm just like, I pop it open. I'm like, all right, this is my daily rations to keep me sane.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like it's something, right?
I do have like a little, what's it called? Ritual. Now every Friday, because I have Fridays off, I'll go down the street here to this place, this teriyaki shop, and I'll get some teriyaki.
The one right by the subway?
It's right under the overpass, right there off Lenora. It's called Bento Sushi. It's pretty good.
Bento. It's right across the street from the subway.
Yeah.
They got good ass shit, dude.
Yeah, I get the chicken katsu, man. And I just look forward to when I'm at work. I'm like, all right, well, tomorrow's Friday, so I'm getting my one little thing of teriyaki.
Yeah, I know that feeling, man. I buy like sweets every once in a while. Like I was at QFC and I bought a one of those discount, like, you know, they got the discount shelf because it's about to go bad and they got to get rid of it. I whole ass apple pie, bro. I bought that shit for $2.49. Dude.
Hell yeah. Yoink. Yoink. That's no, I was talking to my therapist And this was actually our last call a couple days ago, and that's just structure. That's like abstract structure because it's not on a set schedule, but you have your thing you dedicate to yourself. And so even if it's an expression of work, like you are in control of that, and that's a rhythm. It's a comfortable place for you. You know it. It's safe. So yeah, for me, it's become like, even if it's an energy drink at like 11 p.m., like my buddy hits me up, we get in Discord, I put on like the same like house music in the background, play the same video game, drink the same thing. But that's like my only real structure.
It's like a comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's familiarity.
It's the idea of adapting, because like normally I don't know about you, but me, every once in a while I want to get out and go hang out with people, right? So like my adapted version of that is buy a fucking discount apple pie from QFC and fucking eat it while I play Call of Duty for 5 hours with my homies, because I can't go out and get that reward of seeing people that I care about, right?
Yeah, it's also like I think, well, for me personally, probably for you guys too, I don't know, but like me being stripped down to pretty much nothing in my addiction, like on the street, absolutely no money, fired from my job, crippling fucking heroin addiction, right? No self-esteem, no one wants to talk to me, right? All my friends are in recovery, so they're like, well, Luke relapsed, so let's leave him to go do what he's gonna do. Family is like, nope, we're not doing this again. Like, fuck off until you get your shit together. Just being stripped down to where nothing matters except for the moment. And it's kind of messed up, like getting that next hit, but then coming into recovery again and just having like no standards, like it's kind of like freeing.
Yeah, you had a whole ass fucking reset. Cause like for me, when I was in a manual, bro, I felt like that. Like every day that I had food in my belly and like fucking I could sleep in a warm place was straight gold, dude. Like it didn't matter. Like I didn't have to have all these fucking nice things. Like the fact that I'm here now and I have all these nice things is like a bonus on top of the fact that I have a fucking bed right here that I can sleep on, dude. Because I slept in literal trash dumpsters, bro.
Yeah, it's like for me, I got to the point where I was just like ready to commit suicide. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I can't wake up another day and go steal and rob and lie and cheat to get $20 to go find some hit of something.
That's gonna be gone in a couple of hours, and then I have to do it all over again.
Dude, it's just a nightmare, man. And like the thing for me was like, I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm just gonna overdose. I'm gonna die, and I just don't want to be here anymore. Like I was angry. I was just like, dude, fuck this. And then going into recovery after that, like making this kind of like a covenant with my higher power, right? And saying, okay, I'm gonna give this one more shot, and I'm just gonna let go of every preconceived notion that I had, every plan that I had for my life, every, all of that. I'm just letting it all go, and I'm putting it in your hands, and I'm just going to go for the ride. Right. And it's been the best like year and a half of my life, because there's no expectation for me. Like you said, it's a bonus for me. This is just like extra credit. I look back, I'm okay, that's where Luke died. Like I died in that place. And now I'm just like, oh, this is just like extra credit bonus. This is overtime. So now every little thing I'm like, oh, teriyaki, fucking awesome. Like,
boom,
I can play this piano, like awesome. Like, oh, I have friends now that are like honest and genuine. Oh, awesome. It's like everything is just like a bonus piled on top of, it's just from the change in the mindset,
Yeah.
Gratitude is so important, man.
Yeah, when I was I went to Fairfax and Everett, and it was a psychiatric ward, and so I was in there with people who like the whole ward was voluntary, so it was a pretty calm place generally. But I was in there with people who had like really like debilitating mental disorders. I was in there because I was really suicidal, but I didn't even go in for an attempt. I went in because I knew I was going to do it soon and I needed help. And I told my girlfriend that I was like, hey, I want to try and see my therapist. I want to try and work through it, but Like if you think that I'm not gonna make it, like I'm obviously not thinking clearly. You need to make the call. And so when she did, I was like, all right, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep. And when I got up in the morning, I was like, I don't really think I need to go in. And we found out I had bipolar 2 mixed. And so the reason my medication didn't work for me was when I would hit a depressive low and I wasn't on like a mood stabilizer, like learning the coping mechanisms for it, I would stop taking my meds because I was like, fuck this, I want to kill myself. And I was like cutting myself a lot. And that became my coping mechanism. And even that was getting like really bad. Like now, like my legs and my arms are like fucked up. And I can totally understand like living for the moment, you know? I can understand kind of wanting to let go because it's just too overwhelming. You don't give a shit about like thinking about the future or the past or anything. And that's what my therapist says is the somatic body, trying to get into the moment, your physical senses. Like that's why they say hold an ice cube, and everybody who cuts himself is like, fuck you, I want to cut myself. I don't want to hold an ice cube, but it's uncomfortable. You probably can't squeeze an ice cube, you know, for very long. It's gonna fucking suck. And while there's more emotion to it, learning that was really, really helpful for me. So yeah, I view that too. Like that extra credit feeling is very, very true.
Yeah, it's definitely worked for me, man. I think the one last thing before we wrap it up, since we're past the time, is that like it's so important, like how you had Crystal like look out for you, right? And be like, hey, if I'm acting weird, like call me out on it. Like I have the same thing with people like Jake, other people in recovery, my sponsor, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, if I'm fucking up, like if you see me start to be doing weird stuff, like you have to call me out.
Yeah,
And
dude, I was gonna ask you because you play so much fucking World of Warcraft. I almost messaged you. I saw you log on at like 3 a.m. and I was gonna be like, Luke, what's going on?
Bro, he used to tell me, he's like, man, I'm not going to get back into fucking video games. He says it's going to be all I do with my goddamn life.
That's what he told me.
Dude, it's the perfect storm, dude. We're quarantined. I'm locked in this box all day. And
I was wondering, I was like, how is being in a box when the world's exploding helping you not say fuck it? I was like,
because I take it as it's like my duty to come back and play the game at a very high level. And there's just other people, 12-year-olds throughout the world that are just getting on and they think that they're good. And they're just lining up in droves to wait to be killed by Goon Baggins. And if I don't do it, then I'm doing them a disservice.
Because they actually think they're good. So you're the humbling part of
Get shit on, noob.
I have to do it, dude. I have to. And as soon as this quarantine lifts, I'll probably not. I might play a little bit, but I'm already at the point where I'm like, all right, this is getting boring. Like, it's almost, it's kind of unfair sometimes, but I'm serious, dude. Like, I'm going in, my guys all geared up. I know all the tricks and the moves, and I'm just slaying them. But anyways,
Connor,
man,
how the raid went. He went.
Dude, oh man, the raid though, that was, yeah.
He was so quiet.
I'll tell you about that at a different time. We got to wrap it up, keep it under the time.
Thanks for having me. I really.
Thanks, Carter. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
I love you, man. We'll see you later.
I love you too. Peace out, bro. Peace out, Jacob.
Later.